Thank you for taking part in this year's Metro United Way Build-A-Bed project. I hope you will find this to be a wonderful experience. The following is an instructional video on how we'll be building the beds today. Ron Zimmer from Prosser Career Education Center starts us off.
So as far as on the assembly, what we need to do is we'll take the longer legs, we'll set them up in the middle, and if you took one of your slats or one of the other boards and just kind of flushed up that one end, and we're going to take the two shorter legs to the outside. Now what we're looking for is two things here. We're looking to flush up that bottom edge, and then also I'm looking over the bolt pattern. Well, you want that hole pattern where the bolts slide through exactly the same. And we can mess that up by having one of these big legs turned around, okay, as in you can see, as in they're not going to be the same. So just be sure that there is a bottom of the leg, there is a top of the leg, and I want the tops facing me. Now at that point right there, once everything's flush on the bottom side, what we're going to do is on the short leg, we're going to mark the top side of the short leg on the bigger leg. And then what that's going to do, that mark is going to give us the alignment of the second board on the headboard.
After you have the four legs marked, as Ron Zimmer has just explained, you're ready to put the headboard together, which is step one. Place the two long 2x4s you've just marked on edge. Put the two 3-foot 4-inch 1x8 pre-cut boards on top of the 2x4s, one on each end. This will allow you to square up the headboard. With a hand-held drill, fasten two screws through the pre-drilled holes on each side of the 1x8 into the 2x4s. Make sure you do not go too far into the 1x8s that it will crack or split them. Go far enough that it is countersunk just below the edge of the 1x8 surface. Make sure the headboard is still square. Place the top of the other 1x8 right at the line you had marked on the long 2x4 legs. Fasten the second 1x8 as you did the first. Step 2. Place the short 2x4 legs on edge on top of the headboard. This will allow you to square up the footboard. Fasten two screws on each side of the 1x8 into the 2x4s, making sure it is held square as you do so. Step 3. Place the headboard and footboard approximately 6.5 feet apart. Put a carriage bolt through one of the pre-drilled holes on each end of the pre-cut 6-foot 5.5-inch 1x8 side rail. Put those carriage bolts through the pre-drilled holes in the headboard and footboard legs. Place a washer and nut on each one and hand tighten. Do the same with an additional carriage bolt on each end. Step 4. Repeat on the other side rail. Place the carriage bolts through the pre-drilled holes in the 1x8s and 2x4s. Add the washers, nuts, and hand tighten. Step 5. Fasten the 2x2 5-foot 8-inch slat support into the side of the side rail. Make sure the bottom of the slat support is flush with the bottom of the side rail, approximately equal distance from each of the legs on the headboard and the footboard. Place screws through each of the pre-drilled holes on the outside of the side rail. Have several people hold tightly to the 2x2 and the 1x8 to keep the two pieces from pushing apart as screws go into the 2x2. Countersink only slightly into the 1x8. Step 6. Fasten the slat support to the other side rail, repeating step 5. Step 7. Place 3 pre-drilled slats on the top of the slat support. One on the top, one on the bottom, and one in the middle. Place a screw through each of the pre-drilled holes, one on each end of the 3 slats. Step 8. Place the remaining 4 slats on the slat support, spacing them equally. They are not fastened. This is done to make sure all the parts of the bed are there and fit properly. Take the 4 slats off of the slat support, unscrew the remaining slats, and stack the 7 slats together. Take the 4 carriage bolts off of each of the side rails. Then stack the side rails, the headboard, and the footboard together. Ring your cowbell loudly, and the others will help you celebrate the completion of another bed being built. The wrapping crews will come and wrap the bed and bring your team material to build another bed. Thank you all for helping with this Build-A-Bed project.